Hello and welcome to our Fireside Chat series, Voices of Change, brought to you by Great Earning. I'm Sapna Kapoor, Head of DEI Initiatives. This series aims to spotlight the incredible work being done by DEI leaders who are shaping more inclusive and equitable workplaces. Throughout the series, we hope to inspire, inform, and engage our audience by exploring the tangible strategies and transformative ideas that fuel DEI work. It's an absolute pleasure to have Urvashi Verma, Head of Talent Acquisition APAC, Xperi, join us today. Urvashi, your journey and commitment to advancing DEI have inspired many, and I'm looking forward to diving into your experiences and insights. But before we get started, could you briefly introduce yourself to our audience?
Thank you, Sapna. Thanks for the invitation. I'm really glad we are going to discuss about the DEI topic, which is, very close to my heart. On my introduction, I'm Urvashi. I'm based in Bangalore. I'm passionate about recruiting. I have around 16 years of experience into recruiting. Apart from recruiting, I really love participating in different activities, different forums which talks about DEI. I'm practicing a lot of, activities to inculcate DEI in my daily routine and people around me.
Wonderful. Let's dive right in with our first question. Urvashi, you have had an impressive journey in DE&I. What inspired you to take on this role, and how has your perspective evolved over the years as you have engaged with this work?
Inspired by my own belief, my own strong belief in fairness and equity. I try to do fairness and, support people around me as much as I can do. So that is a passion what I have. And I see a lot of opportunity for myself through DEI to create such environment for the corporates as well. I'm witnessing a lot of, people going through some problems, not getting enough support or not properly getting any trainings or any guidance, who are from underrepresentative, communities. And that really hurts me. And I think that everybody should be treated equally. And that's why I am trying to do as much as I can. I personally meet different people. I interact with a lot of people over LinkedIn. I do a lot of activities within my organization. Plus, I do, as I mentioned, that I participate in different forums and try to boost knowledge around this topic, with my best efforts. My perspective during this journey has definitely evolved, and I have understood the complexity of systematic, inequities, whatever is there for intentional or biased, non-biased, data-driven solutions. When we are putting up, it is coming up with lot of learning, lot of information which can help the world to live a better life and support each other differently. I definitely want to champion belongingness. I make sure that everybody around me and in my organization are getting enough support wherever they are needed. The behaviors what we are following across the organization should be seen for everybody.
Wow, it's quite inspiring to hear your journey, and I'm sure your story will continue to motivate others who are in this important work. Now, given the shift dynamics in today's workplace, how do you interpret D&I in the current organizational landscape?
DEI is definitely a very strong and strategic part of organization nowadays. People have understood the importance of DEI in innovations, decision making, how this is strategically evolving the organization, and what are the benefits of DEI. When we have people in a team from different diverse backgrounds, different educations, different lifestyles, definitely we are able to make the best decision, which can be used by as many people as possible. It is, solving the problem for a larger group of people. So those importance have been recognized, and business is taking these DEI initiatives strategically. Now, DEI is not only about, creating the culture. Definitely creating culture is the best part and one of the most important part of DEI, but DEI also supporting in sales, in, performance of the organization, performance of individual. All employees are getting impacted by DEI initiative. employee experiences are getting better. Now we know with lot of data and lot of activities what we have done in DEI space, we are aware that what kind of experiences we have to provide to which group of people, how we can engage them better, how we can cater the feeling of belongingness, which will bring their own self to the workspace, and they can perform as an individual what they are, instead of just behaving like that. We are in a corporate and we have to behave in a certain way. We are bringing the right self of the person so that we can the innovation can be driven out of that feeling. Plus leadership team is very accountable nowadays for DEI initiatives. They are taking these as their own agenda, their own goals to achieve throughout the year. And with this intervention of leadership, definitely we are achieving better results in DEI. And the very unique and very important thing what I'm noticing now, that it's not only about talking or creating programs for DEI. uh, Corporates are actually making data driven decisions. They are finding out what is the unique need of their employees, irrespective of whatever is happening across the world. Different organizations have different cultures, different people, different regions, different way of interacting, different problems to solve. So each organization is very different, and thus their requirement for DEI is also different. We cannot say that this program will work for all the organization, though there are many designed programs, designed activities which do help to initiate the DEI activities in your organization. But definitely I strongly believe that every organization is different, and they have their unique need what they want to do. And this data driven strategy is really doing wonderful. Every organization is understanding their needs, their requirements for what all things they have to push more, or what all things are going fine, what are the areas they have to improve, and they are making their effort accordingly, which is helping each and every employee in the organization.
That's fascinating to hear how you are navigating DEI today's ever-evolving workplace. And I think inclusion and what you spoke about being the belongingness, which is very, very important, and it impacts everyone, not just like one specific section, but I think it impacts everyone. And I also read about Expedia being nominated in the categories of Women in Tech, ERG, Corporate Initiative of the Year Award. That's happening in December, I believe.
Yes, definitely. And we are very fortunate to be nominated for the fourth consecutive years. We have already won a lot of awards last year. I think we won 7 awards last year for women in tech in different categories, which was like leadership, innovation, training and development, and many more. And I'm looking forward to have some more awards. Definitely, this is very motivating for me and for everybody in the organization to put more effort. Bring opportunities for everybody to achieve better and help the organization.
Let's talk about learning and development. What innovative learning and development strategies are you implementing to foster inclusivity within your organization?
Very good question. And we should definitely think about this, that how to implement these things, because this is definitely a very important aspects, that whoever is involved in these activities should adopt the right vision of those activities and understand that why it is happening. So, for an example, for hiring, as I'm doing this hiring from last 16 years, I have seen, how the industry is changing, how we were hiring 15 years back, 10 years back, 5 years back. It's changing, it's evolving, getting better and better every time. With this intervention of, diversity and inclusion nowadays in the industry, we have seen a lot of effort every organization in putting up in the hiring space especially. We are seeing a lot of AI tools to remove biasness, so that, for example, you can hide the names, hide the location of the person, the education of the candidate, and focus more on the skill, what skills person is bringing in on the table, which is which is most required thing. Plus, we are also doing a lot of activities internally, specifically for my organization. As you mentioned, that we are doing special DEI training We are letting all employees who are joining our organization on their day one itself that what is our vision for DEI, what we are thinking, what kind of behavior is expected, how we are treating our people internally. So these things are, disclosed to the people who are joining on the day one itself, so that they are aware that if there is a need, what they have to do, what kind of behaviors we are doing within the organization, and what is expected out of them. It should not be delayed for another 6 months, so that the person get anxiety that what's happened if this kind of an environment is new for them. So we do this activity on day one, plus we continue doing that every 6 months, every year. We do a lot of, gamification in this. We do a lot of peer-led training. That is one of the, very unique program and very successful program. Peer-led training, or you can call it as mentorship. We do have internal mentors for our employees. Employees can choose anybody as their mentor, their peers or their seniors. Take guidance from them. So it gives you a lot of inclusiveness when you can directly reach out to somebody in your leadership or your peers and ask your questions. This gives you opportunity to interact internally with different teams. We also do a lot of cultural competency program, because we are a global company and each employee almost is interacting with people across the world. So we make sure that they understand the culture of people, who are in different countries. What are the right way of, addressing them? What is the good way to start your conversation, to let them know that what you are looking forward and how to perceive their responses. So these kind of programs are very common within the organization. Plus we do, on a yearly or 2 yearly basis, we do leadership training as well, to boost inclusiveness, to boost belongingness in leaders' characteristics. So they understand that as a leader, they have extra responsibilities to create culture of the organization, and how they should tackle different situations, how they should behave at different scenarios, how they should reflect to employees that they are available for them for any circumstances. Because the culture within my organization is very supportive, we follow open communication, we do value these skills, which enhances your personality, your perspective, your leadership skill, as much as we value our technical trainings. So those technical training and these trainings go hand in hand, so that each employee can develop themselves in coming and cutting edge technologies, plus they also emerged as great leaders for future.
That's incredible work, Urvashi, and I totally agree. I think culture is always top down, and your efforts are not only impactful but also set a powerful example for driving meaningful changes. Uh, I'm sure you agree that tailored learning is a great way to ensure equality. As we see rapid advancements in technology, how do you think artificial intelligence, you did touch a bit about that in your previous question, but how can artificial intelligence can enhance DEI efforts, particularly in promoting equitable learning experience?
Yeah, sure. AI is becoming a part of everybody's life, and I think it's a good way to enhance ourselves if we use AI in a right way. Tailored learning, as you mentioned, is something which is very important nowadays. And with the use of AI, we are able to make sure that what is the need of each individual, and we can provide the kind of training, the design of that training particularly, which can help enhancing the skills of that particular employee. As I mentioned in my previous question, that when we talk about hiring, we want to mitigate all biasness, and we want to bring gender diverse people within the organization, people from different backgrounds, different cultures, different educations. There's a lot of thing about diversity and not only gender. So we try to mitigate all those things. We try to hide all those things in the resume and focus majorly on the skills. If we are looking for an engineer in this particular skills, we should be able to focus on those particular skills in the resume, so that hiring manager won't get into the biasness situation. Though we do a lot of leadership training as well, and make all our leaders are very focused and try to do fair things for everybody. But sometimes it happens that, unintentionally you get into that mode there where your biasness just do things for you, and unintentionally you take those kind of decisions which you doesn't want to. So with the help of AI, we are definitely removing all those things for the hiring programs. This also helps in internal trainings, internal promotions, where you see that what kind of results you have achieved from the team and which team member has done something which is impacting a lot on a particular project. This helps you also, without getting biased, you are able to score each team member better every year. Definitely when you are working with quite a few people, you get close to some of them, you don't get to chance to work with everybody each day, and some of them are, you don't know very well. So AI is definitely helping on those lines as well. Plus, real time feedback training is not only about creating or curating a program for employees, but to understand that how this program went for them, what did they learn, is that something what they were looking forward, or this is not relevant at all. So AI help us in getting the real time feedback from the employees that they went through this program, they spent this much of time, and how beneficial it was for them. Do they want to continue this for the other people in the organization? Do they think that it is suitable for other people in the organization? So those areas definitely AI is helping us. Plus, this is also helping in mm, making inclusive content, inclusive policies within the organization. So whenever we are writing a policy or we are writing a job description, for example, we try to make it very inclusive so that people outside will be willing to apply for that, instead of thinking that, okay, this is not suitable for me. It should look like this is for you. This job description is curated for you. You are interested, you are suitable, so that we can encourage candidates to apply or to understand what my organization does, what kind of people we are looking forward. We should be able to create some interest in the candidate's mind, instead of just, flashing a very high level and very demanding job description where people get scared of applying for, thinking that they won't be able to crack that. They don't have that kind of skills. We should talk more about, first definitely what you are looking forward in this role. Do we have these skills? What are the mandatory skills? What are the good to have skills? What are the areas we are open for training a person? So this is the time frame what we are looking forward to hire you. What are the growth path if you join on this opportunity and you become an employee for this organization? What is the growth path for you? What are the benefits you are going to receive as an employee? What is the culture of the organization? Those things should be definitely mentioned in the job description to make it more attractive, more inclusive, so that people will be willing to participate, willing to actually make effort to learn those skills and then appear for the interview.
Wow, that's lovely. Seeing the impactful work you are leading in this space is exciting and inspiring, Urvashi. Your insights have been truly invaluable. Thank you so much for joining us. But before we wrap up, is there a message you'd like to leave our audience with about the importance of DE&I?
Yes, definitely. So DEI is something we all are learning together now. We all are embracing, making effort to make this word inclusive. So we all have different perspective. And as I mentioned, different organizations have different needs and their leaders are having different thought process to achieve those needs. But I also believe that as leaders in the industry, where we are making an effort to make things better for our organization, in parallel, these efforts are making our society also a better place to live. So I just want to emphasize that if you are passionate about DEI or you want to, contribute in the space of DEI, just don't limit this as your role in the corporate. Don't limit yourself to perform duties or to perform activities which are designed for your DEI needs, but become a person who is available to cater the needs out of your organization as well. Uh, make the society better, and slowly, we all are looking forward is to have belongingness, inclusiveness around each other. So this will take time, but I think that we all should continue making our efforts what we are making. We are seeing the differences now, what was not there in the past, but it is there today. And tomorrow definitely is going to be much better than today as well. Thank you.
Beautifully said. I believe we have gained valuable insights into the significant strides being made across various organizations. And it's like I think talking to so many leaders and taking, the kind of knowledge sharing that we have had is tremendous. And it's lovely, going through these sessions and understanding how organizations are actually working in ensuring that DEI is actually taking some kind of a role, a stronger role in an organization. Well, thank you once again, Urvashi, for being a part of these Voices of Change. It was wonderful speaking to you. This has been Voices of Change, brought to you by Great Learning. Until next time, stay committed to creating a world where everyone has a voice.